Download and do it again. And do it again.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome back to Tuesday Night Lights. I can't believe we actually have show matches to show off in early August. Normally show matches are a late August thing, but here we are jumping in on a similar timeline to CRL fall. I'm getting started a little bit early, but there's nothing wrong with that. Ball State at Daytona State and Shawnee State playing on stream tonight. The battle of the fake states, I suppose. A doubleheader of best of 7 show matches. And one of these teams gonna be playing twice. Don't know if it's gonna be Ball State or Daytona State yet, but winner of this match plays Shawnee State in about an hour and 10 minutes from now. So hope you are all ready to go, locked in for some Tuesday night CRL action. See Somber and Dave are in chat already. What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Excited to be getting going here. I think this is going to be the only stream this week, but next week is going to be a very busy one. So I'm excited to have everybody getting focused on Collegiate Rocket League again. Because we're going to have Collegiate exclusive next Tuesday. We'll have show matches next Wednesday. And probably Monday as well. So busy Monday through Wednesday, and then CRL actually is back on that Sunday. So I'll be streaming those open qualifiers. Stoked for that. What's up, T-Han? You're wondering what rosters are? Well, first of all, I can't go over them all in one go, but I do have this handy spreadsheet that I'll be advertising as much as I can. Feel free to jump into that. It's got pretty much every notable roster that I have info on. There are some that are missing. George Mason actually being one of them. But that's got a pretty comprehensive list of every team that'll be in contention for CRL. Hold on a second. Let me make sure all the lobby info has landed. I had some scheduling mishaps today, which I'm not fully back in the swing of scheduling show matches, it seems, because today was a little bit of a stressful one, getting everybody settled in, hence the 3 teams. But it is what it is. We're still going to have some pretty banger matches going on tonight. So it's going to be a fun one. It just feels good to be chilling and watching some CRL. This feels like preseason action still. We haven't quite left that summer season just yet. Game indeed, Reed. Game indeed. Yeah, Dave, it's a quick turnaround indeed, but this is going to be a long CRL season, not publisher-backed CRL, but like Collegiate Rocket League in general. It's going to be a long season because we're going to have CRL start next weekend and then run until late October. And then NACE is going to pick up from there. And ACC also runs through December. So we're basically going to have 3.5 full months of CRL, which isn't as crazy as spring. But for fall, it's a little wild. Plus all the big time lands, $50,000 land, 5K land. Fish's mom in chats. What's up? Good to see you again too. I was telling Fish right before this because I gave him the lobby info. He is one of the few people that has taken the appearance on my stream from the high school scene and stepped into collegiate and done the exact same thing. So that's tonight's a special evening. His first appearance on stream as a Collegiate Rocket League player. So I'm stoked to have him and the Ball State's. Hold on, I gotta confirm the color. Ball State black. It is Ball State black. I'm not gonna screw that up because them and Davenport always trip me up with the colors because it's flipped. Because Davenport black is the A team and red's the B team, but for Ball State it's the opposite. So I'm always mixing that up or uncertain. But let me make sure my notebook is ready to go. There's a good coverage of collegiate. I mean, I would say mine and TJ's podcast does the best comprehensive coverage of collegiate. There are 2 fantastic podcasts to follow in the collegiate scene. Champ League and Collegiate Exclusive. And Sheep is a good platform to follow too. If you want Twitter coverage, Sheep Collegiate and Champ League are going to be your two go-tos. Oh my God, the bots are on one tonight. Hold on a second. I can't. Chat is getting spammed. But if you want podcasts, Champ League and Collegiate Exclusive are the best two. I think Champ League. Actually, I don't know where Champ League uploads. They might just be Twitch VODs and YouTube. But Collegiate Exclusive is on Spotify and my YouTube channel. So you can listen to us there. Champ League is great for the top of CRL. They are a really fun show. Okay, it's YouTube and Twitch. Thanks, Reed. Champ League Champ League is great for the top of CRL. They are a really fun, energetic show for kind of the tippy top of CRL coverage, like top 20, 25 teams. But then Collegiate Exclusive is really good if you want like the top 48, top 64, every single event getting covered. So we're not quite as exciting, I would say, but we cover a lot more. So that's my breakdown of the media outlets in Collegiate. But let me see what I missed because of that bot. Oh, which was BK's alt. No, sorry, BK. I didn't realize that you were feeling chatty tonight. Oh, and Hiroki's watching too? Yeah, shout out Hiroki. Legend of the Alabama scene. But yeah, Sheep's covering Collegiate as well. Hydrate? I'll hydrate. Let me see if the coffee is coffee's cool enough to drink. Just made it. So it's that perfect amount of bite that you get from a hot coffee, but it is it's cool enough to drink. Meant more coverage by gameplay and live games. That would definitely be Danger Taco and friends, like you said. And then me and DJ TJ do it as well. Yeah, there's a lot of crossover when it comes to streaming in the CRL scene. Coffee at this time? Well, Reed, I gotta have coffee. It's been a long day. You work 8 hours, you need coffee to have the energy to solo cast a couple of best of sevens. That ugly cup away, Fish, I'm gonna have to automatically forfeit Ball State if we're just disparaging my beautiful coffee mug right off the bat. What are we talking about? It's Auburn might be better than Bob Jones this year, Fish. That's all I'm saying. Battle for Bama, real open this year. May return a DM right quick. All right, everyone's in the lobby. What are we? 4 minutes early? What is going on? Everyone's stoked to have Collegiate Rocket League back. All right, so that's taken care of. We should be getting started probably right on time, which is crazy. You know, we had the summer league to warm into the semester. Everyone, I guess, got their proper practice in. Listen, on Daytona State side, Ball State was in here 9 minutes early. These guys are hungering. I suppose I should start breaking down these teams for those that may not be super familiar. But for those that watch my stream regularly, you will know Daytona State. The same trio as the last year now. But this new Ball State Black team is probably going to be Fish, Yeti, and Yags. But tonight it will be Fish, Yags, and Toast, who I think is playing as Marcos. BK, you can confirm that if that is Toast. But a lot of these guys are new. Yags, the only returner to the B team. Fish has played on this stream plenty under the banner of Bob Jones High School, which was the best high school Rocket League team in Alabama esports history, and probably no one will ever come close to that. at least not in the foreseeable future. So he's joined the Ball State program, which is exceptionally deep this season. I think right now, as it stands, this Ball State B team is going to be the best B team in CRL. Maybe. I think Cumberland Academy is right there with them because they just announced, although Cumberland Academy with the announcement of Vade joining them, which happened literally yesterday. TJ and I were recording a video for College Esports News, going over all of the roster changes going into fall. And I was checking Twitter to confirm who the West Virginia coach was, and I saw the Cumberland announcement that I didn't see last night. But Vade, 2200 peak, is joining the Cumberland Academy team. So it's going to be him, Hotshot, and Zora, and Og as a 4-man roster, with Gad as a potential substitute. So, I mean, Cumberland's got a fantastic C team, like a top 48 C team. So it's going to be a great battle when it comes to the top B and C teams. Then Indiana Tech as well. That B team with Bluey at the helm with Periscope and Silk. Somber's already in chat. I knew, just hesitating a second, Somber was going to have something typed up. But we'll talk about them in a bit. All right, everyone's ready? Good on my end. Let's go ahead and get into the lobby. Oh man, it's not looking good. I got distracted by talking, as I always do. But here we go. Doesn't have to look pretty just yet. I'll fix it on the fly. We got show matches back for CRL Fall. Daytona State's in orange right now. Ball State Black is in blue. I'm gonna get rid of the green screen real quick. I feel like that's more pressing than getting the overlay on the board. But okay, already. Marcos is scoring. And so that is toast. BK, if you're able to confirm for sure. I'm not certain if that's toast or not, but I have to assume, given I figured it was toast playing here tonight. But scoring first, Ball State is on the board. And I still need an overlay. So just give me one quick second. All right, it's just not showing up. Cool. Oh, I need Bacchus mod open. That'll do it. All right, so that'll be open in a second. But already, Ball State taking first blood here in their first show match of the season. I have to assume everyone here has been starting to prepare for this semester. I don't know if these rosters have played quite yet. Have played quite yet as trios, if they've been scrimming or not. I didn't get those details coming in. But Daytona State played in the Summer League that Gaming Oasis hosted. So I know they've got at least some reps, but I don't think the hours are quite up there, which is why I, even though I saw them playing in Summer League, want to preface this show match by saying that this is very much preseason action. But okay, Bacchus mod is out of date, it seems. No, okay, we should still be fine. Some things never change on this stream. Some things never change. All right, if I crash here, it's Bacchus mod's fault. Okay, well, I may have to relaunch in between games. So no overlay for the first game. My bad, guys. I should have had that up. So you're just gonna have to take my word for it. Daytona State's just scored the equalizer. And they had two guys that could have scored that. That was a wide open net. A little ambitious there from Toast, but I like the trust that he had in Yags to get that going. Bacchus mod doesn't work anymore. Bacchus mod does work. It functions with EAC. I've streamed enough to have it injected. It's functional with EAC. So Barrel still works. And Carl still works, and all of that. Well, that's a whiff there from Sullis. And he'll be the first to tell you that he's still in summer form, getting ready for the fall semester. A lot of schools in the US and Canada haven't started their semester yet when the first qualifier happens. Yeah, well, unfortunately for CRL fans, especially those of us that don't follow the RLCS scene quite as much as we used to and are predominantly CRL, We are always sort of the stepchild when it comes to competitive Rocket League entities. Although, I'll give it to women's Carball. They've had it a lot worse than CRL has. But CRL's scheduling's always been a bit odd. They don't listen to the community as much as we would like them to, if at all. And so we get stuff like this, like January 3rd qualifiers. What was that? A year ago now? 2 years ago? Can't remember. But January 3rd qualifiers, quals that start in the middle of August before schools are back and able to perform tryouts. Like, I know Ball State for a fact don't have their tryouts until the middle of next week. So, or wait, not middle of next week, middle of the week after Open Qualifier 1. Man, did I say earlier that Open Qual 1 was this weekend? I've got my days all messed up. When you work remote, the days really blend together. I'm learning that. Yeah, but regardless, a lot of schools are not doing tryouts until after that first qualifier. So that's a little awkward, but we make do. We make do as a scene. But whiff for whiff, we've traded them now. That's a miss there from Yags. Daytona State will clean up on it. So game one, we're getting the, I'm not going to call them jitters. I don't think any of these players have jitters playing on stream. There's not much pressure in a match like this, other than maybe it kind of being your first time playing as a lineup. If you're Ball State Black, these guys want to prove themselves at the collegiate level, especially Toast and Fish. But they definitely don't look themselves quite yet, which is perfectly fine. This is what these show matches are for. Showcasing rosters and giving these guys reps to get themselves set for a qualifier that we want everybody to be at their you know, at least B game for. I'm not expecting A games for Open Qual 1. We're going to have a lot of Europeans that are playing on high ping. But if we can have everybody at their B games, I think that'll make for a really good qualifier. A lot of ambitious jumps as well in this game. Everybody's maybe trying to take advantage of the sloppiness on the pitch. Oh, Gio, you know he can hit that. That's one guy that we became very accustomed to hitting absolute clangers last season. And it will keep Ball State Black hemmed in their defensive half here in game one. They'll have to, it looks like, score in the waning moments of this one. Fish, actually, with that fake, sets up Yags for a potential equalizer that he blocks. Oh, it was high regardless, but maybe if it comes down off the crossbar, we get ourselves some sort of rebound opportunity. But Fish plays it out, and Daytona State will hang on for game one. Okay, I need to restart the game real quick. I can get the overlay up, so everyone bear with me for 1 second. But we got a long series ahead of us, so we'll be all right if we tack in just a little bit of a break between games 1 and 2. But all right, Bacchus Mod's updating, and okay, should be up and running here in just a second. But yeah, very tight game 1. I mean, both teams are definitely stepping their way slowly into this series, which makes sense. I mean, Ball State Black has new players to the CRL scene. Daytona State have been busy with work and just enjoying your summer, which I think is a necessary and underrated component to the CRL space, because it's such a year-long grind that I feel like having summers off is pretty crucial. So you can't fault anyone for a slow start to a series, but we have the overlay now. Let me give Daytona State the game that they absolutely earned. Let's get into game 2 now, shall we? Have some fun with it. Overlay's looking good. And now everybody else can too. I did love Yags and how fresh he looked on the ball. The resets he was getting were causing a lot of havoc in that DSC end. And it didn't seem like Fish and Toast were completely ready to play around what he was doing on the ball, which will come with time. That's the whole chemistry conversation that Daytona State has oodles of. But I did like what he was going for. I think he was really smooth with his resets. They were a lot of very powerful too. Getting a lot of space for the team. And Yags is one of those guys that going into his second season of CRL, I think could really have a glow up year. Not to say his first year wasn't bad, but I think he could be one of those guys like a Jonathan on this B team. Like not necessarily an A-team star, but I think he could captain this roster into relevancy, extra relevancy. Because with B teams like in the top 25, that's pretty standard for a deep program. But I think this team has top 20, maybe league play potential. Maybe not fall league play, but spring league play. And that's the sort of position I could see Yags kind of taking. It's a great demo. Fish from behind, sniping Solus out of the air. It leaves Geo alone, but with plenty of boost, so I think he'll be all right. Yags taking Geo out of the skies as well, and now that'll gain space for BSU. It all started with that demo. Great follow-up to make the most of that snipe from behind as Smooth gets some revenge for his fallen captain earlier. But it's those small plays, those small midfield moments, like that demo from Fish, that led to opportunities previously. I'm not going to say it set up that goal, but it led to a favorable fight for possession in the midfield. I'll just say that. Great cleanup there from Toast. Yeah, Marcos is Toast. Am I most excited to see? Now that is a loaded question, Taquito. Because I think at the top of CRL, the obvious answers would be Concord and Northwood. I cannot wait to see Concord especially, because I love Resi. I got to watch a lot of him when I was the Team 100% team streamer. Oh, nice shot from Fish there. Flying Fish, doing it at the collegiate level. Great pass from Toast, and Fish is so fast to get up to that ball. That's nice. That's nicely done. But top of CRL, I think Concord is my team to watch. They are going to be top 4 automatically with that roster move if their internet is good. But you know, I like watching the 13 through 32 range of Collegiate Rocket League the most, you know? And so I think actually I haven't thought much about who I'm the most excited to watch at that level. I think the growth of teams like Daytona State that have a lot of reps together now and are looking to build on that going into fall are going to be very exciting to watch and see how they progress. Michigan State too, ETSU, which all of those rosters have maybe some sort of change that may impact them, with Mafino joining the Michigan State lineup as a 4-man team, and ETSU potentially having some issues fielding their roster this fall. I think that's one of my favorite storylines because there have been so many changes at the top level this semester. The squads that didn't make a change are the ones that I'm eager to see build on their last semester. Yeah, Hiroki, of course we're bringing Flying Fish into CRL. I don't think that'll ever leave him. But look at this from Yags. Beating 2 at the midfield line. And Geo makes a decent try at stopping this, but Yags plays that perfectly. Oh man, I'm impressed by the form that he's pulling in this series already. But Battle of the B teams as well is going to be one of my favorite storylines, Taquito. When it comes to specific teams, I'm going to have to put all of the rosters in front of me because everyone, out of the top 50 teams, or at least my estimated top 50 teams, 40 of them have made roster changes. So I need I need a list in front of me before picking out a singular team that I'm most excited to watch. But those are my favorite storylines. The teams that stayed the same, and the Battle of the B teams. So, I mean, in general, today's era, I mean, so when I reference rankings, we do a lot of power rankings on this stream, Dave. And in general, like Champ League does a lot of power rankings. A lot of the pundits in CRL get a lot of their impressions on social media from power rankings. It's a great impressions generator. And it's also a fun conversation tool. And so when Call League was putting out rankings, we had their top 25, top 32, top 48, whatever it was, to go off of. And so that's what we would reference as being like the general, that portion of the rankings. And so top 32 right now are squads that are like division, like bottom of Division 1, top of Division 2 in NECC, if that's a good reference point. But I mean, to be a top 32 team now, you have to be all like 2K max, or not 2K minimum, I feel like, or at least around that in terms of a full season average. Yeah, I mean, of this era, Dave. Hoping to cast some CRL stuff? Nice. Yeah, I mean, if you need help connecting with teams, let me know. I've got a big list of POCs to hook you up with if you need help. Hit me up in DMs at Mr. Bepic on Discord. Another great play from Ball State here. They're starting to make the game look like a fluke because they're looking more and more connected, getting a feel for each other, and the setups are looking a lot crisper. Maybe Daytona State second guess themselves a little bit more. But more casters we get into the CRL space, more eyeballs we get on the CRL scene, the better. So if any of you want to volunteer your time, and it is volunteering your time in most cases, then just let me know how I can help you get into the CRL space. Appreciate the raid, Kev Dog. Welcome on in. Hit me in DMs, Kev. Send me a reminder DM. I'll respond to it after the stream. Okay, smooth. Did force 2 players off the goal line there, but Daytona State's really diving in. This is a good opening for Ball State. Open backboard. Celis gets there. All right. That could have been scary. That was scary for DSC. Got really aggressive there for a moment, but it works. Great block there by Toast. Took a second to kind of find his own in this series, but Toast is filling in nicely. Right now, Toast is the 4th man of the lineup. I think Yeti, definitely a front runner for a starting spot here, but he's got work tonight, so not playing. But Toast is playing very well. And like I said, I mean, the fact that you've got a top-notch 4th man on the B team, that tells you how deep this Ball State program is. Oh, yeah. CRL is very much back, Kev Dog. We had some summer action to quell the thirst for CRL action, but now we are really back. Got a week and a half or so of preseason, and then it's on to the real stuff. Yeah, Rocket League's been in a really good spot recently. If they can keep the bots away, then Rocket League's going to be continuing to improve. Another great pass from Yags. Dude, I can't say enough about this guy. I got to meet Yags, actually, in Orlando for the ESC National Championship. It was a high school league, or that's not high school, but like amateur, like high school age league. Got to meet him. Really good guy. Really fun to talk to as well. The chat to him and Katz, former South Carolina player and captain and treasurer and all that. That was a great time hanging out with the XPL Franklin dudes. Yeah, the alphabet soups are, they multiply every single season, Kev. Got the alphabet soup lands now as well. Yep, don't forget the GLEC. You got ESC as well. Do we get, yeah, we got PEC in there. Yeah, lots lots to follow, which is why Collegiate Exclusive covers what we cover. Because everyone deserves at least a little bit of time on the air. I want to see Daytona State make a comeback here. Down by 3 with plenty of time to make that comeback happen. But they just seem a little bit out of sorts. And Ball State are picking them apart when there are gaps, when there are hesitations. But Gio can hit this. Redirection off the crossbar, causing Sullis to miss as well. Daytona State can't shake off the rust. Man, Gio was hitting those shots too at the end of spring, all throughout spring. Man. Still time, but that was, I think, the opening that if Daytona State make the most of, that I think we have a good shot of seeing overtime. So let's see how they recover. I mean, these guys have a good mentality, especially for a show match like this. So I doubt they're just going to sit back. I figure with what I've seen so far from their rotations and posturing, they'll get aggressive, but it's another mishap on their goal line. Just a bad read. Fish makes it a little bit confusing, so can't blame Sullis too much, but still just not on top of things. I want to catch up on Twitch chat. So active tonight. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. First of all, feels good to get to see everybody as always. I love it when I have to actively juggle paying attention to the games and also chatting with all of you in Twitch chat. Who's gonna win State and Alabama now? Dude, I don't know. I really don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a Thompson High School that's next up, or probably Lamp actually. I think they've got their SSL still. Yeah, Smart Money's on Lamp right now. Ooh. Oh, nice score, Sullis. Maybe not going to win them the game, but this is a nice little air roll at the end. Perfectly timed. Just to beat Toast with that little nudge on the ball. So, DSC, still playmaking. I'll give it to him. This team plays like Ball State. Yeah, Dave, well, makes a lot of sense. How many days am I streaming? Depends on the week. I'm aiming for 3 days a week, Bluey. I want 2 show match nights or like any CC streamed. Oh, come on, give it to him. At least like 1 show match night, 1 NECC stream night, or just like watch partying Nace matches, something like that after work. And then CRL on the weekends. That's my goal. Like 1 CRL day, 2 Alphabet Soups days, maybe show match days. You know, I pulled out my notebook to be taking notes, and I completely forgot to. Well, I have you guys help me keep track of things. And Ball State's kind of been kicking DSC around a little bit. So, no real numbers to sway what the eye test may show you in this series. Yeah, can't forget about CCS K-Dash. That's Nation running it though. Not sure who Nameless Esports is. Are they a sponsor of CCS now? Because the amount of work the Nation puts in to run CCS, I gotta make sure it's known that that is very much him. You getting new PCs at the facility? Oh, that's hype. Another open net. Yags again. Finding impact. Aggressive from DSC, man. All 3 players there on like the final 5% of the pitch. They are playing so aggressive. trying to get themselves back in this series, which fair enough. I mean, I can't blame them for trying to use what worked so well for them the last couple of semesters, try and get back in this set. Gio tried to snipe net Yags there. It's a nice look there from the sidewall, but just the sidestep stayed relevant in that play. And you can tell that his play has allowed Fish and Toast to get comfortable in this best of 7. Because everyone was a little jumpy in that first game. And Daytona State took full advantage of that. It's a big reason why they won that game 1. But there are still opportunities. Nice pass again. DSC cannot capitalize. Shots are a little bit off. Passes aren't quite there. It's another one that rings off the post. The series look a lot different if the shots that have clanged off the woodwork and fallen for DSC. Yeah, that would make sense if they're just the sponsor. I would definitely know about it if Nation forked over control of the CCS. Nice interception. Gio tried to pick that up on the far side of the play. You see her staying heads up. And these boys can play improvisational Rocket League. They normally have a very stable foundation that they can build off of, make ambitious plays off of. Tough read for Fish here. Doesn't make contact, but Daytona State didn't bet on him missing. What a dunk. Okay, that finally goes in. I've had some sitters in front of the net that didn't end up falling, but this dunk will score, and Sullis got all of that ball. It went in for the dunk. Like, you could see what his intentions were from the moment his car left the ground, using the hood of the Fennec. And dunk Fish there. Oh! Goomba Stomp sets up Toast for a score. Look at Yags here. Sits underneath Smooth, so he can't recover. And because of that, Toast is allowed to shoot that ball without having a car directly between him and net. That is crazy. And for those that joined late, of course, I mentioned at the start of the stream, but winner of this series will be playing Shawnee State at 8:30 Central. So this keeps going the way it looks like it's going. We'll be seeing a lot of Ball State on stream tonight, which fair enough. I am thoroughly enjoying watching them play. Daytona State, probably not so much. They're being given fits right now. That shot's just a little bit off, but that's one of those that's how Yag's been playing tonight. You can definitely see him falling in, or putting in. And see, that's why I did the coffee this late, Reed. The words not always coming to me after 8 hours of sitting at this very desk. Oh, Sullis again! Another carry from midfield. Not even. Defensive third. You know what? Say what you will about Sullis in this series. There have been some misses, sure. But man, his air roll timing has been out of this world. It's beaten the defense of BSU now, twice. And in important moments. Carson will come back earlier with it earlier. And here it ties us up with about 30 seconds left. Just got to keep it in hands. Good ups from Fish. I've been told by BK that Fish has been grinding since he arrived at Ball State. And he was already in pretty good form. Really wanted to win that high school national championship in his last season at Bob Jones. So he was in good form at the end of spring. You can only imagine the beast he's going to become here in a couple of weeks. Ball still up on 0 seconds, and Gio's on it. Pushes it into the corner, but Yags shuts that play down. Moves up quick, fakes for Gio, who shoots, but is right there for the block. We get overtime here in game 4. Very impactful next goal coming up. Daytona State will start with the ball off kickoff. Like that from Gio. Warning shot. Trying to see if Ball State will falter. Doesn't seem like it. Toast picks the ball up and extends it through Gio. Smooth doesn't make contact on the ball until the subsequent 50-50 after his first attempt on it. But Gio's pinch will gain a lot of space for Daytona State. Putting that ball center. I like the idea, and it actually pans out. Daytona State with a little sprinkle of aggression in that counterattack play will dunk Fish as last man, and Smooth and Gio win game 4. Well, they all win game 4, but Smooth and Gio have the honors of putting the ball in together, just to confirm it. So 2-2 now. And Daytona State, this is why I should have been keeping notes. I can't remember if Daytona State were outshot by Ball State every single game so far. I remember they were the last couple of games, but game 1 I don't recall. I thought that's necessary context because it could mean a changing of the way things are going in this series. Yeah, Shawnee State are a lot of fun, K-Dash. That's always going to be an annoying team to play against, no matter who you are in CRL. Oh, Yags! Taking Solace out. Maybe a little bit of avenging that equalizing play at the end of game 4. This time bumping Solace out of the way instead of Solace just getting a little bit extra on the ball to score. Yags looking for another. Double falls shy of on target, but again, you gotta respect it. Good 50-50, Daytona State are slowly but surely, I think, finding their form here. Ball State found it in game 2. Daytona State, it took a little while to really get going. As I say, that's a little slow getting off their goal line, but they still break out and almost score. Might yet still. Yags has an opening. Oh, man, he plays that so well. A little bit of hesitation here on the sideline, knowing Solis is going to fake challenge somehow. I don't know how he predicted that correctly. Solis driving right at him and only swerved away at the last second, but Yags uses that to then gain that slight edge over the top of Solis to score the second. I am really, really impressed with the series that Yags is putting together right now. Very early on, putting himself on my radar. Get out from Toast. There's a little bit of punt and chase here. Smooth flicking, and yeah, he's electing to go for the interference instead of the ball there. I like the choice. A team that hasn't been completely settled into this series is going to be thrown off by physical plays like that. No, that doesn't mean they can't return fire. Gio playing it where Yags wasn't right there, but still Ball State Black get away. Fish over to Yags. Right back to Toast, actually. Enters the play. It's a three-man score for Ball State. Great field awareness from all three members of the team. Even though Marcus wasn't passing the ball right there, still crept up to receive that ball from Yags. And was well out of the play as third man. But got up there quick and was rewarded for it. Could be a fourth here. Fish blocked by Solis, but Toast is set up for yet another score. He's got to be the top scorer in this series for Ball State. He wants another though. Climbing up the ladder himself. Great kickoff from BSU here. And we still got half a game left, but this one got out of hand quick. And it wasn't even a real spiral from Daytona State either. All State just had 3 consecutive really high quality plays. This could be something for him, though. Ball in the infield, and Ball State spread out. Yags is in a 1v1 now with Gio, and Gio bests him. Okay, that was star on star right there. Great pickup. Gio collects that ball so quickly. Yags doesn't even have time to try and think about where Gio's trying to go with that ball. The ball was just there. Aggressive kickoff from Ball State, and that might blow up in their face, but Solis does not have the resources to work with. Let DSC make it work. It's what they do. And Gio through the corner. Can't get through Fish, but all three members of Ball State were up right there, though. Hill, ball's not a scoreable spot, and somehow out of all that chaos, Yags comes away with an open net that he won't be able to score on. Didn't have the boost or positioning on the ball. But still, the fact that that was a breakaway for Ball State is crazy, regardless of whether they get a 6th goal or not. There we go, Smooth. Off the crossbar again. So many missed chances. And yet, Daytona State's still right in this series. But after Ball State confirmed this one, it'll have to be 2 in a row for DSC, which is not at a spot they're uncomfortable with. Although I don't think it is a question of whether or not they're comfortable with coming back from being two games down. Backs against the wall in this series. I think it's more of a question of, can their defense find a way to stop the playmaking ability that Ball State Black have put on display for us? And can they put the ball between the posts and under the crossbar? It's another big question. They have had a lot of bets pay off, though. I do like that Daytona State haven't wavered from playing aggressive. It's nice to see. Live by the sword, die by the sword. That'll confirm it for game 5. I think about that. Ball State Black. They want that date with Shawnee State. Preview of some Midwest action. I don't know if that's a regional rivalry per se, but no, it's Cleveland State. As there are so many. What's with the concentration of fake states in the CRL scene right now? Cleveland State and Shawnee State are the rivals. Ball State, I know Ball State, Indiana Tech have themselves a little rivalry. Although BK will tell you it's not a rivalry unless it's close. The first 20 seconds have come and gone, and Daytona State hasn't been scored on yet. Yags with incredible recovery. Did force a double commit from DSC, so still might be first blood for Ball State, but no, okay. DSC will get out. They've been scored on, I think, every single game they've been scored on first. Oh, a little whiff there. Maybe intentional. Works out in Daytona State's favor. They find it clear as the ball skims its way to the corner and near side post. But again, off the woodwork, Sullis. So close. Gio hits the crossbar too. Let's make a party out of it. Playing the bongos in the Ball State end. No goals on either side, but good grief. Daytona State. Feeling musical tonight. A little bit awkward for Ball State on their goal line here. They were concentrated for a moment, but did well to disperse. What's Gio got for us? Some high flying action. It's up his teammate. Simple but effective. If not for Yags there on the Ball State goal line. And now Solis. Oh, he wanted that ball in the air, but Toast will bump him off of it. Calculated physicality working out well for Ball State in this series. A shot just off. That ball will roll in though. Slowly but surely. Daytona State get that ball over the line. 64-mile-an-hour shot thanks to Smooth here at the end, but that had to be going like 15 tops. Nicely timed demo. Throwing the physicality back into the faces of Ball State. He was a bite on the fake. He's had an impressive read on DSC tonight. Two right there in the midfield, and Fish cleans up off of it. Look at this again. Quick pop, but that extra touch is what does it. Well earned, 50 points. And Fish, to be right there with them, has picked up on Yag's tendencies so quickly. I don't know how much these guys have played since Fish got to Ball State this season, but they are playing around each other so well. And that can either be a result of just Fish naturally having a gift for reading the game and other players, or Yags communicating exactly what he wants out of his teammates. Or mystery third option, but that was all Fish right there. Went straight down the throat to Daytona State. And now Ball State will lead. Final 2 minutes in the closeout game. They've won the kickoff too with a double demo from Toast. Solis picks his mark properly though. Spawns right on the ball. And that will lead to a clear for Daytona State. No, I haven't even... Wait, is that open? Toast? With an open nets? No, Gio's back. We've got a wide open field. Both teams to stake their claim to the end game. Game 6 here. Nice redirection. That had a lot of power on. Is that just off again? Come on now. Thank you. Solis gets the goal at the end of the play. That crazy redirection is causing fits on the BSU side. Should have just scored, frankly. I think at this point, Daytona State's kind of earned a goal like that going in. No quick turn. Expecting the speed of Yags. Daytona State gets back. I got a lot of boost for this. This could be an extended possession of DSC. They don't play aggressive either. Well, Solus kind of crept in there. But they still can establish midfield control here in the final minute. Yags gets that around Gio. Used his pace against him, or did he? Gio might have just left that for Solus knowing he was back, and now he's got a chance to score! Crafty midfield presence here. Demo in the corner. Gio and Solus working in tandem. And it's Gio at the end of the play to take the lead for DSC. We might have a Game 7 on our hands. Let's see if they can close it out. Yags has been the X factor for his team tonight. Right there, can only beat the one defender. Now DSC's got an outlet that Fish is covering. You recognize that fast, however. So at the very least, leads to a possession battle. With the Yags at the forefront. Scary prospects. But he's got no boost. Comes down to Fish. Pops it up. Doesn't find extra contact. And so Daytona State can spike it. And we're going to Game 7. Daytona State forcing it after being down 3-2. Yeah, they tied it up in Game 4. And then Ball State won the next one. But Ball State, it looked for a second there like they were going to be blowing DSC out of the water tonight. But Daytona State, like they always do, just hang around. And they can keep pace with even a team that's looking pretty mechie. Yags has been a star for Ball State in that department. Toast and Fish been playing around him phenomenally, but Daytona State, despite being blown out in, I think, all 3 games they've lost. Again, I wish I'd been keeping my notes and not getting distracted. They still find a way to force Game 7, in which Ball State will strike first. That has been their recipe for success. When they score first and can compound on that. That is where they have made a lot of their money tonight. Joe can get it back now quickly. But Toast makes a good read as last man off kickoff. Follow-up opportunity. Blocked by Fish. Tertiary chance. Will be stuffed to the near side post. Whoa. What rank is this? This is mid SSL, I would say. A lot of rank B plus A players in this lobby. Good outlet. Smooth goes for the dunk as well. Daytona State playing that in-your-face style of Rocket League. And it works. Gio finds another. I think he's the one that's been the top of the leaderboard in the scoring department for Daytona State. I need a shot map for Gio in this series, quite honestly. He's been all over. Oh, big dunk. That's a gap on the backboard. And Smooth almost took advantage of it. Fish was back, though. Yeah, Taquito, welcome back. If this isn't a great way to get reintroduced, all of us, into CRL for this fall, I don't know what is. You can never take anything for granted in this scene. Even when a team's, all their wins were blowouts, nothing is a given. Toast tap-ins, though. That's kind of been a given tonight. Just a speedy little doink right there from the midfield line. Great shot. The kickoff as well. Ball State have not shied away from that aggressive cheat. Almost works out here. Toast jumping down on top of Gio. But Daytona State pieced together a quick counterattack. Was he just creeping up? Did you just know this was going to happen? I think he was waiting to see what sort of contact Yags made right there. You have serious respect for me? That talk? Oh, that was flagged by Monty. I'll allow it. Thanks, man. Although my viewers are fantastic, and I'd say 24 is a lot. You know, averaging 20 viewers on Twitch is actually top 1% of streamers. So my community rocks. So that's why I have no issues talking through a series like this, especially when the action is as good as it's getting this best of 7. No boost from Yags. Miscue there. Let the ball go to Sullis, but Daytona State couldn't punish it. Still, the boost does not look good for Ball State. Trying to survive right now. Get the ball into the hands of someone that can make a play through the midfield. But DSC are playing toe ball nicely. Oh, Sullis. Dropping that out in front. And again, goal line dunk comes up for Daytona State. Cut back, Sullis. He's kind of dominated that midfield at times tonight. His air dribbles, those last little touches on the ball. Right there with a quick cut from the ground. It sets up the go-ahead play. DSC are in the lead. Look at them just crash the net here. Everyone sitting in that blue box pretty much. That's what they were doing early on in this set as well. It just wasn't working out, and so they'd be punished for it. But now that they're scoring off the back of it, looking like geniuses. This is a lot of boost, but I wasn't able to collect the ball off that first touch. Yag's the same deal. They're just trying to escape right now. Oh, how quickly things have changed on Ball State. It was looking likely, but they're the ones playing Shawnee. Instead, they find themselves down in the business end of Game 7. And Smooth could have found insurance for DSC. This is going to be a great learning lesson for Ball State and how they figure out how to work their way back into this series. This game, I mean. Well, I suppose both apply. It looked like they were just trying to dump the ball away and build off of that, but they couldn't. But finally, they're able to keep it close, and Yags and Fish set the team up for an equalizer. Could be Game 7 overtime. I swear, I think we've gotten Game 7s in the first show matches of the season for like the last 3 straight semesters. That could just be recency bias, because I know it happened last semester, I think. But we have been treated as some banger show matches to start us off. I mean, Daytona State find themselves a late go-ahead goal again. We're just going back and forth. Kickoff advantageous for DSC as well, but Fish has toast to play off of. Ball State have to do it all over again. And a great play earlier. Tie us up, but now placing a bet that doesn't land. Great 50 by toast, however. Doesn't win the second one. And now she was allowed to shoot that. Dangerous, dangerous play there. Oh, and Daytona State will still pick up a 5th off the back of it. That ball from Gio still put Fish in a weird spot in defense, and Smooth was able to tee Gio right back up. 2-goal advantage now for Daytona State. We need to see something magical from BSU. They've got the boost for it. But Sullis makes contact. Toast turn quickly. Infield's clogged, and Smooth has an open backboard. Yags gets up to make a nice read, but that will do it. Daytona State come in here and get blown out in 3 out of 7 games. But you know what they don't do? They don't lose 4 out of 7. What a comeback. DSC, man. This team is something special. And now they get to play Shawnee State in 8 minutes time. I swear, you can never count this Daytona State team out. Seb, I shouldn't be surprised at this point, but I still am. These guys are entertainers. I think they do it just to spite you. Go to game 7 all the time. I think at this point, it has to be something personal. All right, let's get the music going again. I'm not going to go to a break, but I am going to play synthwave. So I forgot to make a second booth earlier. Actually, I couldn't have, because I didn't know who was going to be playing Shawnee State. I'm going to open Photoshop real quick, and we're going to make that booth real fast. So I played Rocket League myself. I do sometimes. I dabble in Rocket League. Solus messaged me for those wondering and called that a DSC special. And quite frankly, I am inclined to agree with him. All right, I'm gonna do some double duty. Let's I'm gonna put this next game on Champions Field. Let's close it out strong with Champs Field. Doing all kinds of can I restart stream, Wade? Yeah, let me just get Daytona State and Ball State to run that one back. I mean, I'm sure Ball State would love to. They had DSC on the ropes there. That game 4, because DSC, they scored with 30 seconds left to tie that one up and then won in overtime. Like that was a closeout game for Ball State with a 1-goal lead, 30 seconds left. Honestly, great learning experience for them, because that is a young team that I know is going to learn from that series, especially being in the grind set arc that they're in right now in preparation for CRL. All right, we'll get ready for the booth to update. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. Oh. I didn't know it was going to freeze my OBS too. That was Ball State Black, Wade. That was the B team. I should have put that on the overlay. I don't know why I didn't. I get so annoyed at leagues that bill the B team as the A team when they're playing. I know. I don't know what I was thinking with that. My bad. So I get annoyed at the same thing when other leagues do that. All right. Booth is set. Overlay set. Lobby's up. That's what I'm talking about. Let me DM these fine captains. All right, everyone should be good to go. We can settle in for this next one. Oh man, Daytona State they joined right as soon as I sent that. They are ready. How's chat doing? What's up, TJ? Skyline 2? Oh man. We got all the celebrities popping in the middle of the stream. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Skyline, with you saying that in a public Twitch chat, I guess I can ask you about it publicly. But I saw on the CRL page, they signed up with Kasai. Do you know why that is? Because I was curious about that. Ready for a flashbang, everyone. Cause look, let me see if I can find him. I love how this is filling in. Yeah, look. They signed up. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, like he told me that, and I yeah, I saw them sign up and I was like, interesting. So in my roster sheet, which I'll relink it for everyone because I know we have a lot of people that enjoy having access to this sort of thing. But you guys wanna join me in keeping track of all the rosters, then you are welcome to snoop around in that sheet. But yeah, I put them in the roster. I put them as I put Kasai in there. Fill in the blanket, WSU. Who's the new third? I was asking Boone about who it was gonna be. Do we know who the new third is? You? Oh man. What? Wichita State just became a championship contender. All right, well, we're gonna get in the series here. Let's go. Just like that, super easy. I love, these show matches were a little bit of a hassle to schedule during the day. So now that we've actually gotten to the show matches, we're not having any like late teams, technical difficulties outside of, game one last series, but we fixed that, no problem. I think we're making up for it right now. And we get some banger matches too. And Shawnee State starting us off with a clanger. Demo on the goal line. And Daytona State, they're the ones that got the warm-up, but you wouldn't be able to tell based on the opening salvo of Shawnee. It's between you and Aqua. All right. Well, TJ, I'm excited to see who's officially getting it, because I know Boone was telling me that like it was still kind of up in the air that he's coming back, and that they're still looking at confirming their third. So I will put you in the spreadsheet. That's exciting. I'm excited to watch you on the big stage. And we're filling in that spreadsheet too, which is super hype. So close to having the top 50 teams rosters settled for this semester. Technically, Boone isn't locked. Okay, fair enough. Everyone's got to earn their spot. But let's talk about... And Indicator scored twice already, so we're going to talk about Indicator because he is the only player in this lobby now that was not part of whatever lineup they're on right now previously. That was a roundabout description, but you know what I'm talking about. Newest addition to Shawnee State. Went out and recruited the guy. And I'm wondering if he can fit into the Slayer system. Because anyone that has had the displeasure of playing Shawnee State in a match of Rocket League should know that this is an annoying team to play in because of how Slayer plays, how good Taco Stash is on the ball, and how their third fits in and plays around that. Because Taco Stash and Slayer have so many years of chemistry playing together now that I think their third is kind of who makes or breaks the team. And with Spooky, he was able to fit into the system well enough, but he didn't have the individual ability to elevate that team. So last year was a struggle bus for Shawnee State, but they are very much back, and they are really taking it to DSC here in game one. I mean, clean shooting too. I didn't know what I was gonna get out of Shawnee State. This was actually a this was a last second decision. Sorry, it's sticking to my chair. It is so hot in my room right now. This was kind of a last second decision to have the winner of the last show match play Shawnee State. I screwed up comms with the team that was supposed to be playing in this slot. And so I pivoted to the winner of the last series joining them. And so with that, I was like, well, I kind of feel bad for Shawnee State because they're going to be coming into a series against a team that is fully warmed up, that just played an actual full best of 7 against a good team. And I was like, well, that could mean Shawnee State start from behind in this series. And then it's like, well, if they don't end up winning, then I feel like they missed out on a few games or quality reps because of that. But yeah, obviously not. You would not be able to tell that it was Shawnee State that's coming here potentially cold. Yeah, Slayer competing and being an active coach is really cool. I've talked to him a lot about what his schedule looks like on a day-to-day, and the dude stays busy. I think he really loves what he does, to be able to juggle the coaching at a very high level and playing CRL and playing on a competitive team for the last, what, 5 years now? 4 years? Here we go. 2-on-1. Slayer and Taco Stash. Look at that pass. Slayer couldn't field it cleanly, but oh, I do love watching those two work a midfield. Taco Stash dunks the next man up for DSC. Taste of their own medicine. I don't know. I don't even know. How did he read that? Was that even an intentional read? Oh yeah, Slayer's name is cool. Isn't it like Blade something? He does have a sick name. Blade Taylor. Yeah. He does have a superhero name. I don't think it's doxing if he's on Wikipedia. All right. We got to see something from Daytona State. Which, I mean, maybe we don't. Because honestly, we know they're going to be going to Game 7. So, we'll just get through Game 1. It's formality. They'll start to figure Shawnee State out a little bit. And then we'll get ourselves to back-to-back Game 7s. Give ourselves a 14-game night. How about it? Is everyone cool with that? 14 games on Tuesday Night Lights. I'm here for it. But this is definitely a formality. Which, while we got time, we were talking rosters earlier. And I am still looking for intel on the thirds for Columbia College, Leslie, Carthage I know about, Albright, if anyone knows who their third's going to be, and George Mason, if anyone's got information on them, then your ransom will be paid in full. But all right, I'm taking notes for this one. We're not going to fall behind. Was that 5 goals on 6 shots? What an odd first game. Is it froze for Albright? I wasn't sure because I know they added Corin. Flo and Corin are the ones that got confirmed because they're signed up on the CRL registration page. Great pass. Oh, another one off the crossbar. Oh my God. I thought we left that on Sovereign Heights. But it would make sense if it's pros. I wouldn't anticipate they replace 2/3 of their roster, but I also don't have any real contacts at Albright. So, ooh, fake from Indicator. It has been fun to watch so far. Very much active in most scoring play. The Taco Stash kind of took over at the end of that game, but at the start, I think Indicator got a Hattie, if I remember correctly. You were told that Froze didn't want to play if he didn't have to? Oh, interesting. Huh. Okay. Well, for not being fully bought in, Albright was pretty solid last semester. What a pass. Right at Sullis. Daytona State don't always go directly at their teammates. They use all of that pitch. And speaking of, Slayer, decent out 50-50 there on the near side, but it won't be enough for Shawnee State to get off to the rip-roaring start that they had last game. I know I should be worried at this point about Daytona State, but seeing them get blown out by Shawnee, I was like, oh, maybe Shawnee's even better than I thought. Daytona State suffering a little bit still. What's up, Bottled Water? How's your Tuesday going? Thanks for popping by. I know I'm never streaming the finals, but I appreciate that you still show up for Rocket League. Clean shot, Indicator. Oh, I'm doing well. Loving life right now. Loving life. Been a busy week, but still have time for some streaming. It's a good way to unwind. I'm no longer stressed about streaming anymore. I used to be so stressed about putting on a big old production, no mistakes, make it look like an esports broadcast, but I've learned that these streams are just for hanging out with the community. Gotta support the homies indeed. I've got to tap back into the finals esports. I've been out of the loop for the last couple of weeks. I've been too busy on weekends to keep up with the TGM quals. I need to tap back in. And then obviously there aren't any third-party events going on because every weekend's booked out. Six straight goals, by the way. We're starting the tally now that it's continued through 2 games. 6 straight goals for Shawnee State. And DSC are still scoreless. This could change here. 1-on-1. Geo versus Indicator. Reset gained. Oh, you know Geo's good for it. Tucks that ball in. Good night. Man, it's just so clean. That's one that it's not exciting because everyone's hitting resets like that these days. But man, when you do it with consistency, like Geo does, you come to expect that. You don't get excited for it, but you still enjoy how pristine a goal that is. Get the reset, just have that timing down pat. But Indicator's trying to get his revenge. Forcing Sauce to play that off his own backboard. But no harm done. Shawnee State still searching for that go-ahead goal again. Lost their lead. Sporting KC like the Nations Cup? Oh, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, all you have to do with big entities like that is get the product in front of them. That's all you need, because we all knew that the Ape Squad team was going to put on a fantastic production. The Nations Cup idea was brilliant, and the finals is a fun esport to watch. Just a matter of getting those entities to view it, buy into it, and now the rest is easy. So I'm so stoked. So stoked for you guys. If you ever need a host for any esport, Bottled Water, you know you can call on me. I've worked so many different titles at this point. Nice read. Smooth. Ties us back up. This is what Daytona State do. They go down late in games, and they somehow find a way to work it back. And so this game's going to go to overtime. We'll spend 30 seconds to a minute going back and forth, and then Daytona State will have a nice passing play to win it. I'm calling it right now. Nice beats. That is such a huge play from Smooth. May not amount to anything, but it does push Shawnee State back. Taco Stash. Oh, dimed up indicator. Never mind. Prediction's gone. Tossed in the garbage. What a shot, too. Doesn't rush it, because that's what Smooth's playing for. Indicator instead plays it behind him. Man. He's fun to watch. I'm liking this kid. Good night, Bottles. Have a great night. Thanks for stopping by. Love to hear the good news. Always love when the homies are finding success. Oh, Taco Stash kept it up. I think that was going to be game, but Taco Stash wants those extra reps. 0-second drill. Doesn't end up panning out for Daytona. So that's 2 games now for Shawnee State. And I will remind you, yes, we were 2-2 with a slight comeback from Daytona State after 4 games in that first series. But they were able to squeak out a win in game 1. That's what gave them enough of a window to just stay relevant in that series until they made the last push in games 6 and 7. So they are in a different position now, despite a similarly, I don't even want to call it a slow start. Game 1 was a slow start. But game 2, they didn't look bad. I mean, they were playmaking like normal. Slayer open backboard. I want to see if Slayer's got it, Smooth. Let's let that one go next time. Because if Slayer is scoring automatic double taps like that, now you know Shawnee State is very much back. Oh, indicator wants another one. 1-0 Shawnee State. Just a little tap from Slayer through the corner. Great 50-50 win by Taco Stash. And indicator got up quick for that ball. Pinch. Might just score over Solis now. Okay. Didn't have the pace. And so Solis will break off that goal line, but no further than his own corner. Whoop. Slayer has to recover now. Can't do so. Wastes a lot of boost, and indicator's been taken out, so Taco Stash was left on a clothesline. Hung out to dry. Well-timed demo. That just plunged the entire defense into chaos. Daytona State, you know, they may start slow, but they will get a read on you. That much is a given. I love that from Taco Stash. He doesn't ever play for himself. Like Taco Stash is the star player on this roster and has been for the last several years. But he's never the first man for himself. He's not setting up teammates just by way of being so good on the ball he beats players. He's actively thinking about, with a teammate behind him, what he can do to set that teammate up if that's the better option than just solo playing it. Because some players would try to force that through the near side instead of playing the ball back off the backboard and trusting his second man to be there. And that's why Shawnee State's so annoying to play against, because these players are so bought into Slayer's system. They trust each other, they play off each other, and even though they're never the most mechy team, they can keep up with just about anybody. This was little mechy from Smooth. Again, these highlight reel plays aren't highlight reel plays because they're not scoring them. They're going off the crossbar, off the post, saved the last second. DSC cannot catch a break in that department, but they are leading now and in the last half of the Ball State series to more goals that are actually tangibly on the board. And honestly, that might have just been the turning point. The one focal point that flipped the series against Ball State. Like their expected goals per game were probably something like 2 or 3. They were only scoring 1 or 2, but finally upped that. Shawnee State, though, even with a Daytona State offense that has themselves footing in this series, are not relinquishing their lead at all. Indicators looking fantastic. Sets up an eventual 4th goal. Put their sweet time with it. That double denied nicely by Smooth, and Taco tried to read it. Can't blame him really for that miss, as he's trying to really jump the gun and play that so quickly to beat the recovering defense back that he just put himself in a low percentage position. But Slayer, as 3rd man, has a great read on the defense. We'll score that 4th. Oh, missed there from Indicator. Shawnee State had Daytona State in such a stranglehold, too. It's a missed opportunity. And if Shawnee State is going to be able to keep up with your top 20 teams in CRL and make that run to at least a qual match for league play, then they're going to need to be flawless in those big-time series. They can't afford those mishaps where they give up strong positions to suffocate a defense. They just don't have the individual level to make sacrifices there. But that'll come with time. Hopefully, in the next 12 days. Time. That open qualifier is kind of creeping up on us fast. But this could be a sweep. You know, we went from Game 7, back and forth, 3 goals in the final minute, to Shawnee State potentially coming in here and letting loose on Daytona State. And quite honestly, I think this is exactly the sort of accomplishment that Shawnee State should come in here wanting. They may be a little miffed if they don't quite get all of this series. That ends up being the direction it goes in, but Slayer is a guy that wants respect in this scene. And this series is kind of commanding it. There is still time for Daytona State. They've got the ball on the opposition end, but needed Gio to come up with that. Correction from Sullis. Looked a bit scared there, but didn't fall for any Shawnee State tricks. Oh yeah, open qual day is the best day. I love open qualifiers of any kind for sure. Good beat from Gio. 1-on-1. Gio got for us. Nothing. Indicator cuts across the infield. And we'll shut down that play before it even turns into a 1-on-1. Psycho? Aw, can't even give him that game. What gives? 3-0 Shawnee State. Man. They are looking sound at the moment. 5-0 game 1. 3-2. Cut a little bit closer by DSC. Now 4-2 with a shot differential of 7. It's a little one-sided. It's a little one-sided. But Daytona State, you can't count them out. They're doing this just to spite Seb. Their director Seb, not like Champ League Seb. Making him, everyone else that cheers him on, sweat a little bit. For pulling it back to at least Game 7. Will they win Game 7? It's a good question. But they will pull it back to Game 7, I believe. All right, Gio. I'm liking this. Got some gumption. some schmoozement off the opening kickoff. And he could be the guy to take over this lobby. Has done it before for Daytona State. DSC are going to have to stop those X factors on the Shawnee State side. Great demo. One way to stop them. Nice fake though from Indicator. Sent Sullus flying. And that leads now to a clear. And some space to work with in the offensive zone. Seems like this Daytona State corner is closed for business, however. It's past 10 p.m. on a weeknight. Goal line is as well. Good stop by Smooth. And Sullus able to get out, but Slayer gets in his way. So that opens up Indicator for a pass across to a Taco Stash. I think he was busy getting boost, but he'll make up for it and then some. Taco Stash with the quick scoop and score. Indicator played that across. Oh, Gio misread it. He'll be kicking himself for that. First blood goes to Shawnee State. Oh, I just realized I never changed the stream title. Shame on me. Also just realized I've yet to check YouTube chat. I stream on YouTube, by the way, for those that prefer to watch it on there. I know I've got YouTube Premium, so I prefer to watch YouTube streams a lot of the time. So shout out Manny RL in the YouTube chat. If you're still there, Manny, much love, my brother. When Cass gets back to the States, I gotta have you guys on the stream. Trying to set up a lot of show matches for next week. We got one good game 7 tonight, but if this one ends up a 4 or 5 game set, that just simply will not be enough show match fix for me to survive. It's up to Daytona State to fix that. Got to work from behind again. Position that they should be familiar with, but doesn't make it any easier to come back from. A little weird there. Taco Stash watching his Slayer cannot get 4 wheels underneath him. Funny viewing angle. It's a nice 50-50. Gives Smooth a chance on this ball. Gio is trying to be an impact player right now. Smooth ahead as well. He's looking for a demo on the Shawnee State goal line. The SC can sense opportunity right now. But Shawnee State don't let him have it. Oh, now it's getting weird in the corner. Previously closed. May have just opened right back up. So let's get us out of here. Oh, maybe. So long. This is his recovery there. Now on the backboard, he's got to deal with Taco Stash. Tricky fella to read. Bumps Smooth as well. Shawnee State digging deep into the bag of tricks right now to try and break through for a second goal to really put this series out of reach. All right, Gio and Smooth are up. Smooth's going backboard. Can get back for the shot, and some Indicator can redirect to Taco Stash, who's got an open net. Wait, Gio almost got back for the save. I thought he had an opportunity to get underneath that ball, play it off the crossbar, but Taco Stash was too quick with the shot. Oh, insurance policy taken out by Shawnee State. Looking to close out in 4. Double opens up an own goal that Gio will force in. Pool shot score. So you can't blame Indicator too much. Oh, no, so that was an Indicator. That was Taco Stash. Actually, yeah, maybe we can blame him. No, he didn't make a play on that. But he did flip into the ball. Got the reset there. That was... Wow. What a sequence. Wants to make up for it, too. Still one won't cut it. Daytona State need more. Coop. Don't let it happen again. I expect you to be on time for the next Nightlight Show match stream. But I will accept your apology. This might be the end. Might be here for the very end of this stream. Had a Game 7 banger earlier. And now Shawnee State have stepped into the second show match of the evening and wiped the floor with Daytona State. Up against it now. DSC can't keep the ball up. And they have been swept by Shawnee State. What a showing. Okay. I was not expecting a complete sweep out of Shawnee State. That is a statement to make going into fall. They could be one of those teams that takes advantage of players playing on EU ping. Maybe we see Shawnee State back in league play. Actually, it wouldn't even be Shawnee State. I think we were done with league play by the time Slayer transferred from IRSC. Might see Slayer and Taco Stash back in league play. Let's see if I can get a Slayer interview here. Chat with the fella. It's been a minute since I got to talk to Slayer, so I wouldn't mind a chat here. Well, let's get the music going again. Let's restart this. Shawnee State. I'm happily surprised by what they look like with Indicator. Although, maybe I shouldn't be surprised, quite honestly, because they have been working hard to get to that level. And I have no doubts that once they had someone that was a good bit higher level than Spooky, that they would be able to return to their at least their former levels of being like a top 32 team. But man, this is gonna make power rankings quite interesting. We're waiting on Slayer. Put the rosters up one more time. I think I might do a power ranking stream this weekend, because by then we should have all the rosters locked in. Mostly, might still be missing a few, but like the registration deadline for CRL is the 19th, so we should have most everybody in. But man, power ranking is going to be so difficult. Like, obviously, I think you have either Maryville or Northwood first. Man, the top, even from the top is going to be difficult. How are you even supposed to rank this? Northwood literally has a Worlds player on their roster now. Oh, and Slayer has happily accepted the interview request. So we're gonna put a pin in that power rankings discussion. Maybe have a cheeky stream on Saturday or Sunday. All right, we're gonna phone him up. GG's indeed, Slayer. Excited to get to chat to you again. Hey, can you hear me all right, Slayer?
Yeah.
Let's go, dude. It's been a minute since we got into chat, especially after a Shawnee State show match victory. How you feeling? That was a bit of a quick one.
That was good. I mean, that's kind of how you want it to go if you're competing, right? So I think that was probably the best way we could have done it. It just feels good. Feels good to be back in the win column.
Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously last year, not where you guys wanted to be, but it seems like as soon as Indicator has joined this lineup, you guys are looking back to like top 25 potential form. Just, you know, that's a 4-game sample size for me, but that was very strong. The passes were crisp. Chemistry was there. What kind of work have you guys been putting in to integrate Indicator into your system, which is, I think, one of the more unique ones in the CRL space?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as we got him committed, we pretty much went to work. I think we just started scrimming, like literally with him as early as I think CRL spring, like the end of it. So we started scrimming some of the lower half teams in that league, and then we felt pretty good in those scrims. And then, you know, summer's been a bit off and on just with, you know, vacations and stuff like that, but we've still been getting in the reps. And I think as of recently, like we've just kind of been doing pretty well, especially against the collegiate teams. I think we've been playing against quite a few teams that have kind of been power ranked higher than us, and we've been pretty much going toe to toe with them as well. So I'm feeling pretty good, and I think this year's gonna look pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, do you think Open Qual 1 league play is a potential high that this roster can reach, or are you maybe looking at Qual 2 to get there, or LCQ? What are the goals for you guys these next couple of weeks?
I think honestly for us, like I have no doubt in my mind, I think we could definitely make league play. I mean, there's a lot of great teams and a lot of great depth in collegiate Rocket League now versus when me and Taco Stash entered the scene in our freshman year, like way back. So like I definitely have to give it some respect, and like it's not a walk in the park, but it's certainly in the cards. But I think for us, like realistically, it's just kind of just rolling into events and just like playing our game, not really focusing too much on like the outcome per se. I mean, obviously, you know, league play is what everyone wants and making the national championship, but I think more than anything, just through the years that me and Taco have had, like just getting the opportunity to compete and just go toe to toe with people like that's what we want. And then anything above that, like, you know, it's just, I would just say we're hungry. So I think it's just, we're excited to play any good teams, honestly.
It shows. And I mean, how much longer do you and Taco have left in collegiate? Because I mean, you guys have been around since the old league play days.
Yeah. I know every time we book scrims, especially with the younger teams, they're always like, see you at that time, Unk. And I'm like, all right, man, like, nice. But yeah, we've got one more year left. This is Indicator's first year, so I think he'll carry the torch after this season and kind of build around him. But yeah, I think for me and Taco, I think we just kind of want to kind of finish on a high note. I don't think we're going to have any senioritis effect at all. I think, if anything, we're just kind of super hungry because of the past few seasons. So I think, yeah, like definitely for sure want to go out on a bang.
Do you feel any extra pressure to perform? Because I mean, you get a full year, which is 2 CRL seasons, but I mean, still, that year goes by quickly. Do you feel any pressure to like make this your best year yet, or anything like that?
I would say kind of yes and no. I think like heading into even like a match like tonight, that was like the first like official kind of thing that we've done in a bit. It's you definitely kind of like get the nerves a little bit, and that's kind of what fuels you as a competitor. Like if you don't feel anything, like it's kind of weird. So I think that'll always be there. But as far as like any pressure to perform, I don't think so. I think, like I said, just with how things have gone, like for us, like just getting the opportunity to compete, like I think it's just something that we're kind of taking it all in, and we're just kind of just trying to appreciate the opportunity and just make the most of it. Honestly, I don't think there's too much pressure at all. I think we're just given the opportunity right now with a good teammate, and we're just gonna just ball out. Basically, that's it.
Hey, I love it, man. Always good to talk with you. And I'm glad to see Shawnee stayed in such good form. Especially, I mean, you got 12 days before that first open qual. So excited to see how far you guys go. And I mean, it's gonna be a fun season. So congrats on the first win, hopefully, of many.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. Love playing in these show matches and just everything you do for the collegiate community.
Appreciate it, man. Have a good night, Slayer.
Hey, you too. You too.
All right. Great guy to talk to. If you ever get the chance at LAN, highly recommends talking shop with Slayer. Great dude to chat with. And I love his mentality about the position that his roster's in now. Especially after the down year, they just got right to it as soon as they found a third. That's a really good sign. But you know, looking one more time at the roster we've got in place, let's refresh one more time the CRL page, see if we got any new faces in. 4 new teams just signed up. Okay, hold on. This Virginia Tech team, I've heard it's pretty good. Same with LSU for those that want some sleeper teams to latch on to. Corin, the Albrights. KSUB signed up. I'm down at the bottom. I'm blocking them now. I moved my camera for the other sheet. Now I'm blocking this one. Leslie signed up. Bubble, probably their third. Makes sense. Okay, nothing groundbreaking. I was hoping we might have like a late Tuesday Night Lights groundbreaking news segment, but seems like we're gonna go out with a more chill outro. But okay, well, so what we're looking at right now. I'm gonna link the sheet one more time for those that may want to keep track of CRL alongside me this semester. But it's filling in. We are so close to CRL. 12 days away, technically 8 days away. I feel like with registration closed. I feel like that's the day that it starts. Yeah, Adam Baggett's been with Ole Miss for a while now. K-Dash. I mean, it's not the first time that we've got like pro coaches in the CRL scene. Even this semester, we added JNaps. Like that's so cool. Rolled his as well. Coaching for GCU. Yeah, Jimmer as well works with Michigan State. Not listed here because it's not like a roster move per se. JNaps and Rolled his are kind of roster moves, which is why they're in this sheet. But we're kind of spoiled with really good coaches in the CRL scene. It's a good sign of development. But all right, I think I'm gonna sign off for the night, everybody. Good couple of show matches. Good chatting to everybody in Twitch chat. Thanks for always showing up for the Mr. Bepic stream. I'm hoping to have 2 nights of show matches next week, Monday and Wednesday. Maybe one in between, because Collegiate Exclusive will be live. That's mine and TJ's podcast, and we're keeping Iceborg on for this next episode as well. We're going to have Iceborg on next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. And then the next day on Spotify and on YouTube. So follow the channel, follow Collegiate Rocket League. I don't know, support collegiate esports. That's always your homework. Now mostly everyone here is students or busy with work, but that's your homework. Support CRL however you can. And by watching tonight, you've already done a pretty bang up job. So everyone have a good evening. Slayer, K-Dash, have a great night. Again, everyone, thanks for tuning in. Let me see if there's anyone we can raid actually. Let's pass the love along. So I'm not dipping quite yet. Nemesis Gaming League. Yeah, let's support some community Rocket League. All right, go check out some more esports. Everyone. Oh, Marcia to Akron Gold. Marcia, while you're here, who is the Akron Gold lineup going to be? Hold on. Fake outro. We just got potentially breaking news. Because I was chatting to someone today that's not in the Akron program. They were telling me who it was Food. Food was telling me who the Akron Gold lineup is, and I trust him, but I want to get multiple sources, especially if someone's in the Akron program before I put that into the sheet. Because he was saying it's going to be like Oxy, Patty, Gnosis, and you. And I'm wondering if you know like who the starting trio is going to be. Whoa. My own stream just started playing back in my ear. That was trippy. Hey, Milk. Appreciate the prime, my man. I was telling Manny earlier, when Cass is in the States, I'm getting you guys on for a show match. Okay, whatever Food said should be correct. Cool. Well, I'm just going to put all 4 players in then. Nice. Good comms, Marcia. Appreciate the intel. Depends on something you can't discuss. The exact roster. That makes sense. I have a feeling I know what you're talking about, but we'll wait till that's set in stone to discuss it. But all right, now for realsies. We're gonna all have a great night, okay? Enjoy your Tuesdays. Follow the channel if you aren't already, because I'll be going live with a power rankings stream later in the week. We can do some preseason power rankings. Everyone loves a good PR broadcast. But all right, have a good night. Go support the Nemesis Gaming League, and Collegiate Rocket League and Community Rocket League and Rocket League as a whole, because it's a great game and we love it. Bye, everyone.